Welcome to Defenders of Craft, a Craft Pride podcast, bringing you the heart and soul of beer culture in Austin and around Texas. So we're here at High Sign Brewing, sitting down with Andrew. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Sour Red that you're going to be bringing to the party on June 23rd, coming up this month.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a really cool story. So kind of the origins, so it's, I guess the overview is we've got our Shamus, the fiddler, aging on our kind of in-house wild culture. So the first question is always, where did the culture come from? So I think about last summer, Bryce and I were kind of playing around with making kombucha in-house. And so we were, getting our kombucha SCOBY rolling and doing different small test batches in like 5-gallon lots. And then we had flavor treatment stuff that we found, blood orange juice and stuff of that nature. So the kombucha actually turned out all right, but we realized we're making all of it, and we didn't really have a good spot for it to go. So we, despite the staff drinking it all, we ended up going with maybe using this culture somewhere else. And so then I kind of had the silly idea of let's put the SCOBY. So if you've ever made kombucha, there is this giant SCOBY that floats on top that is...
I was aware, and I'd seen pictures, but I saw one at somebody's house the other day. They had like three or four in their kitchen set up, and it was just like, I've had this before, but just looking at one of those, I would really not be keen on drinking that.
Yeah, the SCOBY looks like, if you've never seen a SCOBY, it looks like someone fried an egg and floated it on some tea.
Like 3 weeks ago.
It's like not the best looking sight. So we took our kombucha SCOBYs and we floated it on. I think originally we floated it on one of our specialty release IPAs. I think at the time it was Encino Man or Future Man. And we thought it'd be funny. We weren't really sure what we were going to do with whatever came out of it or what would happen. We're just kind of like, and then that was the end of the kombucha project. And that's kind of how we left it. And then we checked on it a little while, like a month or so later. And kind of what happened is that the hop oils kind of inhibit lactic acids forming from like lactobacillus. And so it wasn't quite sour. It had like this great funk to it. And I think the Brettanomyces really took hold and dominated that particular culture. And there's an airplane.
I love how close y'all are to the airport.
Yeah, this is like everybody's favorite airport bar, right?
Whenever I was working behind the bar, I would always talk up coming out here to people that were like on their way out to the airport or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could still fit another beer or two in before your flight.
Yeah, you'd be shocked at how many people come in and we're one of their first stops. I think people literally land and Google craft beer.
About it, yeah.
So we get a few folks coming in with suitcases at least every week.
I also really love the monitor on the bar that tells you where the flights are.
Yeah, we've got a flight tracker that shows when the planes are about to go over the brewery. And so we definitely had families out where the parents are telling the kids, go out, plane's about to come out. And they run outside.
I've been that kid my whole life, man. Like whenever the planes fly over, that's my favorite part. So
and they're in low too. You can
count the rivets on the wings.
Like a 3-man slingshot.
Is that where the name of the brewery actually comes from? You wanted like a high sign that people could see while flying over, perhaps?
No, the origins of the name are actually from Mark, our founder. And he kind of discovered craft beer out hunting. And so the road out to this hunting spot was marked with a barrel head that someone cut off and spray painted high on. And it's like a gravel road, and people just called it the High Sign Road. And so kind of the origins of his love for craft beer seems so fitting to be the brewery. And, the logo itself is just a red circle with high in the center. And it's just such a welcoming kind of logo. We just kind of ran with it. And it's kind of stuck pretty well with us. So. Yeah. So the SCOBY.
Sorry, the SCOBY,
The
yeah.
SCOBY.
Got distracted by the airplanes.
Yeah, if you have got ADD, airplanes are. What was that noise?
They're very shiny.
Oh yeah. So then we checked on this beer that we put a SCOBY on, and it had like this great funk. And so then I decided that we'd take some of our small 5-gallon test batch fermenters and kind of propagate it up. So we divvied up the liquid into all these test batches and then refilled it with more finished product. I think the second time was the next crazy IPA we had, with the idea being inhibit the lactobacillus to keep it from souring and just keep that funk going. And so then that turned out really well, and then we actually poured that in our tap room. And then we did another iteration with blonde, which I think you guys actually received. We did a funky blonde.
Yeah, the Zach Wild.
The Zach Wild, yeah.
Which was really good. I really liked that.
That was scobinated?
Yeah, it was
Nice.
scobinated. So now I decided to go with something a little less hoppy to see what happens. So that led me to the decision to put it on the red. And so we essentially did the same process, drained them halfway, refilled it, drained them halfway, refilled it. And so now we've got this culture that's been going wild here on the red, and I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out.
I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out. I think the red's a really great beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Shamus is definitely one of the things that you guys are doing really well that not a lot of other people are doing in general, much less doing well. So I'm excited to see how it'll taste with that little bit of funk, a little bit of sour, because without the hop oil, we'll see what will really happen, right? Because
Yeah.
a lot of the other ones you've hopped and that's kind of like inhibited it from the lacto doing its thing.
Yeah.
So is this going to be somewhere in between, or what do you think?
Right now, I think it's going to be, it's going to have a small tartness to it, kind of like we saw with Zach Wild, but I think it'll be mostly funk, which will be really cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. You guys going to make it out to come check out the other beers that we'll have on Saturday?
Oh, yeah, right now I'm planning on it.
Nice.
Yeah, so Sour Fest is definitely something like I've always wanted to do, like intense big sours, and like I've always like admired people that can knock down a sour adequately without getting too crazy with like still producing normal beers. Like if you've ever been to Crooked Stave in Colorado,
I've had their beer.
Oh yeah, they produce non-sour beer and sour beer in the same facility, which is kind of a testament to cleanliness.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do both of them without accidentally infecting your entire brewery.
Oh yeah, and like we keep our sour projects kind of like in an AC room on the opposite end of the brewery, just in case.
Yeah, I mean that seems like a smart idea. To
Yeah.
keep those things separate from each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we're expanding right now, which is amazing. I don't think you've seen the new tanks yet.
No, not yet, but I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll get a look at it here when we're done.
Yeah, I think when you guys came by for your staff party, the new tanks weren't in yet, but we were prepping to receive them. So.
And also, just thanks for that, by the
Also,
way.
I don't know if I'd remember it.
Yeah, that was a lot of
If I
fun.
did see the
and,
tank,
Yeah.
I hope we didn't do anything, to sour our relationship, if you will.
The highlight of my day was someone throws me a Nerf gun and says, "Get ready," and then just.
Yeah, that was bad. We started real early at Pine House, and then we talked the bus driver while half of the people were still inside at Pine House. We talked the bus driver into driving us over to Toys R Us, and we all bought Nerf guns.
Is that how those showed up?
Yes.
Oh, I loved that. I thought it was hysterical. I was moving some pallets around the brewery, like maybe a month later, and I kept finding all these little Nerf balls everywhere.
I found one of those in my bag the other day. I was like cleaning out my camera
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah,
Still
every
had
now
one.
and
It'd
then.
been 6 months.
Every now and then we still find one at
It's amazing.
Graph Riot somewhere hidden.
They
It's
just show up.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I'll never get them all back.
Oh yeah.
I have this like crazy Nerf gun that just like sits in the back of my trunk with no bullets, just in case. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I'm considering purchasing one and just leaving it in my desk drawer just in case you guys show back up. Just like, all right, let's do this.
It's almost staff party time again, so we'll see.
Oh snap! I'm gonna convince Highsign to get a Gatling gun Nerf gun just to like, as you guys know.
I actually saw it. They do have like a crazy big one like that with like a big drum that shoots a bunch out.
I mean, man, like it's amazing how things have progressed in the Nerf gun.
It's also amazing when you go to Toys R Us as an adult and you're like, I could buy that Gatling gun, you know, like any of these Nerf guns.
Oh yeah, when you're a kid, you're just kind of like, oh man, I wish I had $12.
Oh man, that's $35. No
Well, I say at Toys R Us, but you know, pour one out for Toys R Us. You know?
Womp, womp,
Yeah,
womp.
that's a bummer.
Yes.
Ain't no place for a kid to be a kid no more, you know.
Yeah, poor Jeffrey.
You just can't keep
do
up
it
with
at home.
Amazon these days. Just hope they don't start brewing beer or making beer serving robots. That'd be really bad.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm kind of hoping to do like beer door to door.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Somehow that's a thing now. Like I've seen ads for it. Like we'll deliver beer to your house, but it's all like pictures of like Budweiser and shit like that. So I wonder if it's like you have to have a really good lobbying team to be able to have your product delivered, or if there's some kind of new legislation that was passed that allows it. Because from what I understand, that's always been against the law to deliver alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but
Well, why aren't you?
But I mean, as long as the cops don't know that you're getting alcohol.
no, we don't play that game. That's treacherous. But yeah, no, I think, you know, the distribution laws in Texas on what's allowed and what's not allowed are unique, and they're kind of getting updated, and sometimes it's a step forward and sometimes it's a step back. So, you know, you got, you know,
Shout out to the
pay
Texas Craft
attention.
Brewers Guild doing
Yeah.
their hard work to change those antiquated beer laws. Are you guys a member of Craft Pack?
I believe so.
That's awesome.
I believe we're really, like, me personally, I'm really excited about it. You know, especially because there's some areas that are really gray that I would be really thrilled to see some more
Clarification.
and there's other areas that I think would be helped by just being kind of updated. But for the most part, I mean, you know.
I mean,
It's
we're
a
not
business.
Georgia, but that's still a
Yeah.
low bar to hold yourself to.
Yeah, I mean, it could always be worse. So, you know, right now we're still able to operate. You know, we're able to sit at a brewery and have beer now, which is really exciting. You're able to go buy beer to go, so you can get a growler from your favorite brewery.
Well, as long as they're a brew pub.
As long as
I
we're a
just
brew
have
pub.
to
Yeah.
buy this glass and then get it refilled several times as some sort of souvenir.
Oh yeah, that's so like 7 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
That's actually not that long ago, is it?
No, it's not. Yeah, it's sad to see that it's taken so long to get some progress on this, but we're making way. Heads
Yeah.
up. Or thanks, Caroline. We really appreciate all your hard work out there.
Oh yeah, there's some really talented people that are working and trying to get it all figured out.
So outside of this Sour Red, you guys have any other new and cool stuff coming up that you can tell us about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad you asked, actually. So right now we've got another epic IPA coming out. So if you remember
yes.
Super Alpha Fragilistic that came out, I think was that beginning last month-ish?
Something like that.
Yeah. So we've got another one in that same vein. It's we're shooting for around 8%, and it's going to be a lactose double dry hopped IPA.
Ah.
Yeah. We're going-
AKA the only style of beer that people are brewing these days.
Hey, that's
I'm
what
not-
I've been asked to
Hey,
do.
he's brewing
The
money,
people
all
have
right.
asked it. So.
I'm not talking shit. I just everybody's brewing one of them, and I'm excited for you guys to do one because I like the way y'all's IPAs come out.
Thank you.
And I think it'll do good. It's a pretty solid and good idea at this point. Everybody is pretty excited about doing it, and there's a lot of them in the market. So having one done from somebody who specifically makes really great IPAs, I think will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, we're pretty thrilled. So this one has got a lot of Citra in it, a lot of Mosaic, and oh man, give me 1 second. I think it's Amarillo in it as well. I'll have to double check. It's either Amarillo or Simcoe. For some reason, I flip the two all the time.
Are you guys planning on adding any fruits?
No, this one's going to be like the unique thing about this is that we're double dry hopping it, which is kind of the new thing, and then we're also adding lactose. So those are the two alterations that we're progressing from, you know, kind of what we previously have done. So the lacto character is going to be the new thing, and then the double dry hop, and going in on it in a big way. So I'm hoping to get a nice light color for summer on this guy.
Is this going to be similar to the Super Alpha where you did the can release here at the brewery?
Right now, I think we're making motions to do another canning run of 16-ounce cans that will be, I think, brewery exclusive at first, and then we'll start getting some cans trickled out to accounts. Like, hopefully, like, I'll be able to get some cans out to you guys.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. Is like, are we going to get you that in cans? I love the.
Oh yeah.
I love that you guys are kind of like rocking the ethos of the other like Northeast style breweries of doing like the 4-pack of tall boys, because I think that a full 16 ounces is an appropriate size for a beer instead of just 12 ounces.
Yeah.
And the 4-packs seem to just be really cool because you get more surface area to put some cool artwork on there, and I don't know, I like it.
Oh yeah, like the artwork that we've gotten done that Mark's been working with Fairfolk on has been amazing. And each time like a new label comes out, it's kind of a giant unveiling of like what's it gonna look like? Is it gonna, what kind of imagination or name is it gonna spark? So I'm really looking forward to it, and like definitely look at our Twitter and Facebook for more details on when we'll do a can release. This one's pretty epic. After this, we should definitely try it. It's in the tank. It's fermenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bend my arm, why don't you?
Yeah, threaten me with a good time. Yeah, so it's in the tank right now. So hopefully by the end of this month, we'll start to see it come out.
You wanna piss Mark off and just like come up with a name that we're gonna call it right now here?
Oh no, I'm like it's so funny. Like I was talking with Ryan, our delivery driver / sales rep / awesome guy, and I was like, I'm just not cool. Like I'm kind of geeky. I think Mark and Ryan can do the cool names.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's get to trying that beer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for having us out and sharing your beer with us, and for being able to pull something special aside just for Craft Pride for our Sour Solstice party.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's coming up Saturday, June 23rd. Doors are at noon, beers are at noon, music's at noon. Come get it, folks.